Like they say, don't get old, but it does beat the alternative. All right. Izzy for eminywizard.com and marketwizards.com. 9th of January, just before 3 o'clock. And we're going to take a look at one more time before we wrap things up. A reminder, use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. So I had suggested 78 perhaps as support. And we also suggested 98s as resistance. Looking at the predictive model, we're getting into the extreme zone on the predictive model. And we had suggested earlier that probably pretty important this 78 area was. We said this low right in here by 80 because we're treating this as the zone of yesterday's high. And you have to give it a little wiggle room. It doesn't have to be a precise, but it's going to be in that neighborhood. So we've suggested that let's think of this as a box right now with 78s on the bottom and 98s at the top. And probably we can think about the middle is going to be the scene of the crime, right? 88.75. Close enough for government work, certainly. So that's what we have to contend with in terms of range trading. I suggested don't think of perhaps a big directional move because we have come a long way. We're not ready yet to break down. So let's consider it more of a range type trade. And then when we got here, so let's consider these lows as all important. They have held, and we said you could get a V bounce because there was nothing. Every one of these bars is a black bar, fast sell. And we get the little double in here, and then we get off to the races and start to push back up. So it's really a very neutral environment. There's a 2-minute chart. And scene of the crime, 88.75. So this chart was helpful. We talked about using something like a stochastic. You try to look for things like a divergence or whatever. But secondary indicators aren't everything. You really want to watch the price action and obviously the order flow. And this was a return to the pipe in the middle. Got all the way back up here to the top box just underneath it. This is a very nice range type trade. And you can see what I mean by fast down and fast back up. So tough trading. Anybody want a big explosive move in either direction? Not in the cards. And we had suggested earlier to be aware of this 92. That was our target, just trying to bump that. This is a retest of that, a very sharp sell. And now we've had a very strong bounce off the lows. And one of these days we will get a pretty good sell, but not yet. You know, you get buy the dips, then all of a sudden you get one where you buy the dip and it doesn't work. Okay, next low, that doesn't work, you know, and you just get one of those flyer days. And that would be a reaction and a mirror day to something like this big up day. No, that was a 100-point day. They don't come along every day, do they? And we suggested looking at this chart, looking at the current range, the 77 and 97, pretty big idea based on the actual ranges printed for the year already. So shorts have got to undermine this 77, 78 area to do any more damage. And you can see down, but right back up and held and just tails. So our idea of support this morning worked pretty well, the 68. The idea of looking for new highs in the 92 range to 95s potential, and including 98s and above. But you can see how the odds change as you get near those targets and you get the pushbacks. But still, they've been bought and pushing long side still. So I do believe we still have some room on the upside. I'm not suggesting you hang on overnight unless you're used to playing overnight and managing. And all we know is that this has been a reasonable day to take something out of the market with a, two-way day as we suggested. I've got 92 area as our demon right now. Anybody that's had a good day, it's 3 o'clock, got about an hour to go. And this is protect profit time. Meaning if you've had a good day, you make sure you take it home with you. Risk maybe 10%. All right, James. And I know for some of you guys, it's you learn the business and you're part-time and you're working a job, and that's one of the reasons why I do these recordings, so you can take a look at them later at your convenience. All right, we know the box, got to trade inside the box if you have any interest in trading for the rest of the day. Risk no more than 10% of your day's winnings. And keep it simple.